Hi again, welcome back to Fernbus with Basic Economy, where we are going to have to start from the depot. So we are going to do Berlin back to Frankfurt Airport. We set the route up in the spreadsheet and everything already, but we had to go to the depot because our Wi-Fi was broken again. So let's hope it's alright now. So we should be starting in the depot at Berlin. And when it loads, we'll check that is indeed where we are. Okay, let's get into the bus, it's tipping it down. Okay, let's just have a look at the map. And we are indeed in Berlin. Okay, exit doesn't look too bad, hopefully. Okay. Yep, Frankfurt Airport, Route 27, that all looks alright. Only bad thing so far is the rain. Right, we'll turn on the clearances and see if the Wi-Fi is working. Hopefully it is. I'm sure they'll soon tell us if it's not. Okay, lights are on, wipers are on. Let's see if we can go get some passengers. Less than ideal weather. At least getting out the depot wasn't too hard, but then it is Sunday. But nonetheless, that was quite easy. Hopefully this rain will stop. We know there were rest places down the road because there was one quite close to Frankfurt, I think, or at least on the way, let's put it that way. And the fact it's belting the rain down doesn't really help us very much, but there you go. Hopefully it'll clear soon. I haven't heard enormous claps of thunder, so maybe this is just a shower rather than an actual raging thunderstorm. I can hope. Just about get through those lights. So in an ideal world, I would have just driven up to that fuel station and refuelled, but I couldn't because the Wi-Fi was broke, so we had to go back to the depot anyway. Okay, here's the bus station. ZOB. There's a few. Need to log in. Okay. Oh, there's at least 2 buying tickets. Might be handy.
Ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Okay, that's
Sehr
1.
freundlich. Servus, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig. Cool.
2.
Hallo, bin ich hier richtig?
3.
Moin, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
Which is 4.
Tag, ich hoffe, ich bin hier richtig.
Frankfurt. No, we're going to Frankfurt Airport, not Frankfurt. Sorry.
Mist. Mahlzeit, bitte sehr.
That's better. That's 5.
Danke sehr.
Guten Tag, fahren Sie in meine Richtung?
6.
Guten Tag. Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen. Sehr
7.
freundlich.
Grüezi, hier mein Ticket.
Cologne, no.
Dann suche ich mal meinen richtigen Bus.
Hallo, das Ticket, bitteschön.
8.
Grüezi, mein Ticket.
And 9.
Vielen Dank.
So that's 9. Now we've got these 2 over here.
Hi, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
Frankfurt Airport, very nice. You can buy a ticket, sir. You certainly can. Because you got the right bus.
Sehr freundlich.
9 and 1.
Hi, kann ich bei Ihnen ein Ticket kaufen?
9 and 2. There you go, your ticket, madam. So we should have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nice. Okay, so let's just get that into the spreadsheet. So it was 9 and 2. Which will make us a bit more money than last time, because last time it was 8 and 1, so we should be making a bit more profit. Now profit this time is 385, which is okay. Can live with that. So we'll... Oh, I just want to check the map, which I can't do at the moment. Just start ride and then just check the map. So I just want to see where the rest area is. I'm pretty sure there was one. Ah, there. That will do. So just the other side of Erfurt, basically. Okay, we'll go for that. See if we can get out of Berlin. The light just went green, that's handy. bit of good fortune with traffic lights for once. The journey down wasn't too bad, so let's hope the journey back will be equally as good. We're going to have to head for Leipzig initially, from the look of things. Not quite sure where Magdeburg is in comparison to the route we're taking, but that'll be a service we run out of Berlin, I would imagine, at some point. Looks like we've got to go off here. Rostock's on the signpost there, that's northern Germany, I'm sure. Whereas Leipzig is further south, so I would have thought there's a road which goes Rostock one way, Leipzig the other. I'd imagine. If my geography's up to scratch. And there's no guarantee of that. So we've got to turn off again. Yeah, this will be where the road goes. We'll be going straight on towards Leipzig, and if if you went right here, you'd be going towards northern Germany and Hamburg and Rostock. So I think that's what's going on there. We don't want that direction, we want straight on and round this loop in the cloverleaf. Nothing coming down there. So that should have got us on the right road. And the rain is stopping. Hopefully it'll brighten up a bit. I guess that rest break will be due by about 2 o'clock. Should be alright, I would have thought. By 2 o'clock, I wouldn't have thought that's asking too much. We'll see. I mean, it's where I'm going to stop. There isn't any choice, so... Because if there is one before that, it's way, way, way too early. So the only real option is that rest stop past Erfurt. And hopefully we won't be too late getting there. Sunshine now, look at that. Turning into a nice day. Obviously just showers in the Berlin area. Mind you, it doesn't mean we won't come into some more in 5 minutes time, but at least we left that bit behind. So this is the first lot of services where it would be too early for us to stop. We would still have over 4 hours to go, so it wouldn't achieve anything by resting now. No police check, so that's handy. At least we can get past there. I think maybe there was one that was fuel only. I can't remember what sort of time that's going to come up. We'll have to judge it when we get there. Wish we had more road signs with distances on, like Erfurt 200 kilometres, then I'd know roughly how long I've got to go to get to that rest stop, but a lot of the road signs don't seem to have distances on them, whereas in the UK we have a lot more of that. Whether that's true of Germany or whether it's just a game, I don't know. We've got another Flixbus coming up behind us. Stuttgart to Dresden, €22. Of course, you've got to realise that the ticket prices on the back of those buses aren't necessarily just based on the distance of the route. They can be based on the demand there is for that route, which obviously the bus company will know from experience of how many people use that service. So how many passengers they expect to get on a service can drive what they think the ticket price should be, in order to ensure that they are at the very least breaking even. We don't really have that sort of data, so the only thing we can do is base our ticket prices on the distance we're travelling. The cost index is set per 10 kilometres, so that's pretty much how you got to do it, really. And it's the simplest way. Longer the distance, more time you've got to pay the driver, more fuel you're going to burn, therefore the costs are higher. Maintenance, well, yeah, you know, the further you go, obviously quicker you'll get to the point of needing next service and things like that. We don't seem to get breakdowns in Fernbus. I've never known a bus to break down yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but I've never known it. So I don't think that's part of the game. It's probably just as well, because if you did break down, you had to call somebody to rescue you, you'd probably have to sit there for ages. which could be quite a long way from a depot, one would assume. Of course, there could be an option to skip time forward to rescue arriving and all that sort of thing. One would assume it wouldn't just be rescue, but also a replacement bus to get the passengers where they're going, even if it might be quite late. At least they get there. But I don't think that's part of it. I don't think there's any mechanism for buses breaking down. We obviously have very reliable buses. Reliable German technology. Wish we could say the same for the AI, but there you go. Which way's Erfurt? That's the question. Leipzig Erfurt, straight on. At the moment, this is looking pretty good. Means it will probably all go pear-shaped any minute. Like München Airport, that signpost is talking about. That's not in the game, München Airport, I'm sure. R30 straight on, that's what matters. Hopefully not too far away. We've still got plenty of time before the rest stop is due, so we should be alright. Wi-Fi seems to be functioning so far. Probably shouldn't say that, but there you go. At least it seems like the repair at the depot was successful, even if only temporarily. It's working at the moment, so maybe this time they did replace the router, who knows. We've got about 370 kilometres to go. That rest stop's not going to be terribly close to Frankfurt, so it could well be a couple of 100 kilometres away, possibly even 250, so we'll see when it comes up. We're supposed to be there at 4:25, which I'd imagine shouldn't be a problem. About 4.5 hours to do that, so hopefully not an issue. We will see. So for the person who requested some more Romsey, I'm going to be restarting the single player career, starting from scratch in Bodenham, which I think is one of the maps you're interested in. So we'll do some Bodenham, we'll do some X10 Berlin in all likelihood, probably some Rheinhausen, and see where we go from there. Waldhofen is quite a nice map. That guy behind is going to let me come in. Didn't think he was, but he is now. Okay, Frankfurt and Erfurt are down this way. Okay. See, he could have moved out a lane. There's two empty lanes, absolutely nothing coming behind him. He could have moved out a lane, but instead stayed in that lane to make sure he misses me by a few inches, which is pointless. But there you go. If you were driving on a real road and you saw somebody come down the slip road, you would move out a lane to let them out. I think it's called courtesy. Fernbus and I hasn't heard of that, and I'm going way too fast. It's better. I can claim I didn't see the speed limit at that time, so... Okay, Frankfurt, straight on. not going into Erfurt, we need to go past it to get to those services, so this is where we will effectively bypass Erfurt. Hopefully we're not too far from those services and the rest stop. Pretty happy to stay in this lane now, to be honest, unless there's any reason to move out. Not the AI doing something strange or whatever. If not, I'm quite happy to stay in this lane until we get to the services. As they're not going too slow. Time isn't an issue, so... Okay, where's Frankfurt now? Straight on. So I do need to move out. Don't want Würzburg or Erfurt. That'll take us on a road heading south towards München way. Stay in the middle lane till we're past the junction where traffic will be joining, just to make sure we don't have any problems with any AI coming out the slip road. Hopefully we won't. Assuming there is a slip road coming back onto this, but I thought there would be. Yeah, I think we're possibly coming up on it now. Like that guy in that van pulling straight out, which is exactly what he's doing, making the one behind him hit his brakes. If I'd have been in that lane, we could have had a problem. Whereas being out here, we didn't. But I sort of want to get back over there soon because I think these services might be coming up. Try and let these guys go a bit, see if we can get back into that lane. Oh! Or maybe not get in that lane. What was all that about? Why on earth did they come to a sudden halt? See what I mean about the AI? You got to be ready for anything. That was strange. Can only be people changing lanes. It's uphill, so some of the bigger vehicles are obviously going slow at getting up the hill. That's fine, but one can only assume that somebody changed lanes and caused everybody to hit their brakes, and now they're at it again. See this guy? What are you doing, mate? Want to change lane, you don't have to come to a stop in the middle of the motorway. Right, let's see if we can get some speed back up after all that faffing about. You avoided collision, but only just. Test your reaction speed, that will. Test how easily, how fast you can hit the brake pedal as well. Well, at least it was possible to swerve around that. That other guy 2 or 3 routes ago spun round and sat blocking the road. There was no way to get around him. Even though I did try. Okay, what have we got here? Is this the Oberhof turn? Yes, it is. Okay, that's the Oberhof turn and the hotel is up there. We're not going that way this time. At least I know roughly where we are. So we're definitely quite a way past Erfurt. So that was a good like 70 kilometres from Erfurt, I think. Somewhere around that. We're only 2:20 from Frankfurt Airport now. So that rest stop's got to be coming up pretty soon, I would have thought. Of course, this is going to be quite a hilly area, we know, around that hotel. Hopefully the AI might cope better with downhill than uphill. We've got a police stop coming, I can see the sign for it, so that is where we are going to rest. Because we're going to have to pull in there anyway, so... So you can see that big red signal above the road, the big red circle. It's the police stop sign. And this is where the rest stop is, so this is where we'll be doing our rest. Stop Polizei. It's not as though they give you any choice, you've got to stop. Okay, all done. Okay, go outside and take a break. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Strange how they're not sitting with each other. They all sit as far away from each other as they possibly can, it seems. But there you go. Right, okay. He's just getting his phone out. Wi-Fi working, mate? Yes, good. Okay, let's go. Airport. Let's get to the airport. That guy getting his phone out was probably sending a text to someone saying roughly when he thinks we're going to be in Frankfurt Airport. That's what I reckon. Okay, so we have 190 kilometres to go. So I thought those services were about 200 out. They weren't far out. So we should get there in around about 2 hours, which should be about 4:45. Yeah, 4:45. That'll be about 3/4 an hour early. So we don't have a problem with time, it seems. Unless something goes drastically wrong, which is possible. I could take a wrong turn and end up taking a lot longer than it should do, but hopefully that won't happen. So the weather's improved, journey's going relatively well, we've done our rest stop, so on the whole, you'd have to say it could be worse at this point. We did have a couple of major AI issues, but we got around them without hitting anything, which is always a good thing. So far, so good. And we're about 3/4 of the way, so that's not bad at all. Traffic levels do seem a bit lower though because it's Sunday. That does seem to follow, so that's worth bearing in mind. If you're driving a route which goes on a Sunday. See a fuel station coming up now, so that must be that fuel only one, I think. I'm not sure if the police do stop you at those, you know. I think maybe the police checks it only when there's a rest stop, because there's a road where they can stop you, but the traffic coming in can still drive into the fuel station, whereas at the fuel only ones I think that's more of an issue, so that might be the case that they don't stop you at those. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're not stopping there, that's the main thing. Doing about 90 kilometres an hour, which is fine because we don't need to be pushing the speed limits at all. Okay, so we are getting close. 75 kilometres. So we should be there. I reckon we're going to be there about 3:30 potentially, which is an hour early. So we really don't need to worry about time, it seems. You're speeding. Well, I'm just slowing down. So I'm not really speeding, I'm just slowing down because the speed limit came up. Okay, there's Frankfurt. So we'll move over here because we're going to need to take the turning off fairly soon to go to the airport. Relatively good journey, this one. It's not been a bad drive. Problem is, it is motorway nearly all the way, and sometimes it's nice to get onto the more minor roads. At least it makes a bit of a change. Motorway driving is sometimes not the most exciting thing in the world, but in Fernbus you do have to watch the AI, so it keeps you on your toes a bit. Anyway, this airport turn should not be far away now. This is a road that sort of dissects Frankfurt and goes around the outside of it, and we just follow it round to the airport. He says confidently. You have to watch the AI when you get to the junction, because sometimes some of the lorries and so on are turning off to the airport. And now it starts to rain again. Rain in Berlin, rain in Frankfurt, dry in between. There you go, what can you do? At least most of the journey was dry, so I can't really complain, can I? Okay, so this is the turn to the airport coming up. meters. Oh, that rain is heavy. Oh, thunder. Thunderstorm now. Could be delaying a few flights at the airport. This sort of weather. Hardly ideal for landing in, that's a sure fact. Very close to the airport now. That's one of the airport roads there that we're going under. Could be the one that we go down. No, it's not the one where we go down to arrivals, but it might be one of the exit routes. But we need to go off to the right here and over this loop here, which takes us up to where departures is. At least the passengers will stay dry because it's undercover once we get in there. Because if you had problems like Wi-Fi not functioning now, you would have to go to Frankfurt depot and we'd have to come back from there, which is a good 20 odd kilometres away. So we could be thankful that's not the case.
Wenn ich nur vorher gewusst hätte, wie schnell und günstig Fernbusse sein können.
Yes mate, we are early. Excuse me people. Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, done. So we can log out. And we can say, yes, we were quite definitely on time. So that is the airport to Berlin all set up. So that's all our hubs connected to the airport. The only thing we've got to do is go back to München. So we need the airport to München, which is route 22. So next time we will be doing route 22 to get us back to München. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing next. See you then. Bye bye.